Hey, I wasn't planning to talk TVs today, but after weeks watching TCL 85 QM8K every night, I have to tell you what it actually feels like to live with it. This is for the kind of person who's tired of washed-out color, sluggish motion, and screens that make you squint for detail instead of inviting you into the picture. Before you go deeper, take a moment to check the current price and stock. TVs this capable don't stay at steady pricing or availability for long. You know that exact moment when you sit down for a show and something feels off? Colors look flat, motion feels soft, glare kills contrast, and your eyes chase detail instead of relaxing into the scene? That's not you imagining things, that's your display telling you it's time for something better. You didn't suddenly become picky, you simply noticed what real performance feels like. From the first time I powered this on, everything changed. The image isn't just bright, it's purposeful. Mini LED behind a QLED panel delivers color that doesn't look painted on, depth that doesn't wash out, and contrast that keeps both shadows and highlights crisp. HDR content doesn't just look enhanced, it feels lively, with detail in places you didn't realize you were missing. And that wide-angle screen actually stays consistent even when you're not dead center in front of it. In real life, that means movies feel cinematic instead of tired. Sports feel smooth and responsive instead of blurred in motion. Game menus and fast pans stay sharp instead of trailing. The elevated refresh rate, right between 120 Hz and 144 Hz, doesn't just read fast on paper, you feel it in fluid motion that keeps your eyes relaxed, not chasing pixels. Every time you glance back at lesser displays, everything else starts to feel like something you once accepted without realizing how much you were missing. That's loss aversion. Once you feel immersive visuals with deep contrast and vivid color, everything less feels like compromise. And sound doesn't get left behind. With Dolby Atmos support built in, audio finally matches the image instead of sounding like an afterthought. Dialogue stays clear, effects float across the room, and music carries a sense of space that invites you deeper into the story instead of sitting flat behind the screen. If you're even a little bit curious, don't let random price swings or stock changes make your decision harder later. Check the link now. You might wonder if size alone makes a difference. Here's the truth. Once you see a scene fill your field of view with crisp detail and vibrant color, everything else feels smaller, flatter, and less engaging. High contrast blacks and bright highlights don't just look good, they feel real. That's the shift from mediocre viewing to immersive experiences you look forward to every night. What surprised me most was how well it balances daily TV with blockbuster content. Movies feel cinematic, games feel responsive, quick cuts and sports feel clean, and even everyday shows look sharper without harsh reflections in bright rooms. That consistency is rare, and once you notice it, you never go back. You feel color that stays vivid and deep, you notice motion that stays smooth, not smeared, you enjoy highlights and contrast that feel alive, you hear sound that matches the visuals, you feel proud owning a screen this capable. It's not the most subtle wall-filling TV, it prioritizes impact over minimal presence. At some point, comparing specs becomes noise. You stop chasing numbers and choose what feels right, the display that actually matches how you watch every day. Deep down, you already know this is that screen. If you're ready to leave flat, washed-out visuals behind and step into a TV that feels immersive every time you power it on, check the current price and grab yours today. Don't let this be one of those upgrades you delay and regret later.